I know it's 2025, but this is a replay of the 2024 AmiGameJam. Reason for this has been very, very requested. Twitch no longer saves your VOD, so I brought it over here to YouTube, and this is particularly special because we had some amazing judges in the 2024 AmiGameJam, including the one and only RJ Mical. RJ Mical, one of the original Amiga devs, co-creator of the amazing Boing Ball demo, Intuition Interface. But before he worked at Amiga, he actually worked at Williams creating games. You may know the game Sinistar. Yep, he worked on that. We also have Dan Scott, who worked at Core Design back in the day. He worked on Wolfchild, like one of my favorite Amiga games, incredible. And now he's become like a legendary demo scener. He was in Anarchy, and now he's currently in Lemon. They're producing some of the most incredible demos out there for the Amiga right now. We also got Boat. Wah, wah. Here comes the Boat from the awesome Amigos podcast. And of course, Amiga Cammy herself, the host of the AmiGame Jam. It's a really, really great discussion. They go through every single game in the competition. It's an awesome stream, and I hope you enjoy it. And I will see you soon on the next Sunday Fun Day. And I'll be back. We'll be back for AmiGame Jam 2025, which is currently going on right now. You still have 1 month to submit. It's all about arcade games. So I can make an arcade game that never existed on the Amiga. Let's go. We have some very, very amazing guests. I am going to unmute them. I'm going to bring them on. We're going to start the jam. Folks, in the upper right corner of the screen, we have Amiga legend, one of the original people on the dev team, Mr. RJ Mical himself. RJ, welcome to the stream. It's an honor to have you.
That's a real delight and honor to be here. I'm very happy to be here and looking forward to this.
This is going to be great, RJ. Thank you so much for joining. I love your shirt and the rims on your glasses. Very, very most excellent.
My colleagues, oh my God, just the other day, my colleagues found me in the crowd by looking for a loud shirt and those white glasses. They said, it's easy. You just look for a loud shirt and those white glasses.
It suits you well, RJ. It suits you well. It's you're artistic and intelligent, so it's great. I love it, and I had a great time hanging with you that time when we were doing Zach's movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again, hopefully at an Amiga 40 event. Just honored to have you on today. I appreciate it, RJ. Thanks for your time. I know Amiga Cammy appreciates it too. Below RJ in the lower right corner. With the Atari neon sign behind them. That's okay. We're Atari's.
Pay no attention. Pay no attention.
Welcome back to the stream, the one and only Boat from the Amigos podcast. Welcome, Boat.
Hey guys, glad to be here, ready to talk about some games.
Love it, Boat. Love it. Great to have you back. Now you can't see him. You're gonna see his avatar in a moment. Let's see if I go over here. Right, we can see his avatar. Switching. Boom. There he is. There's. We have Dan Scott from Lemon. One of the demo groups that worked on that incredible demo that I opened the stream with. And he also worked at Core Design as well. Dan, welcome to the stream. It's an honor to have you as well. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no worries. Good to be here and looking forward to the AmiGame Jam.
Dan, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I worked for a lot of years at Core Design on quite a few Amiga games, Heimdall, Premiere, Wolfchild, Chuck Rock 2, Wonder Dog. And then also in the Amiga demo scene for quite a few years in Anarchy and now Lemon since 1993 or so.
That's awesome, Dan. I love your work. I'm a huge fan. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Cheers.
I'm going to and last and certainly not least, we have the organizer of this entire event, AmiGame Jam 2024. We have the amazing Amiga Cammy. She's always in my streams. She gets up at like 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning to watch these streams because she's coming to us from the future. Amiga Cammy, thank you so much for coming on the stream. It's an honor to have you, and thanks for organizing this awesome event. There's been some really, really amazing games that came from it, Cammy. It's great to see you.
It's great to be here. I'm so great to be here and joining that for this jam.
Awesome. So I've got if anyone wants to see the official website for the AmiGame Jam 2024 and download the games, play the games, you can do !jam in the chat, and that will link you to AmiGame Jam, as well as a place where you can make some donations to the jam. I think the yeah, the proceeds will go to Cammy and to some of the winners. Speaking of winners, Cammy, let's see with some of the yo, DJC Animation, thank you for gifting those subs. I really appreciate it. I'm actually gonna do the jam command right now, and we'll go over to here. And the theme this year is really interesting. The sequel that never was. So think about one of your favorite Amiga games and the game that you kind of wish it had a sequel. So for example, one that jumped out at me is Battle Squadron. You know, Battle Squadron, one of the classic Amiga games, and we have a sequel to Battle Squadron here. There's so many really cool sequels that never were. It's a great concept, Amiga Cammy. I love the concept. Great job.
Whoever came up with that was a genius.
That was Cammy. Cammy, how many years have you been doing the Game Jam?
I've been going. Oh gosh, I've been going to jam for a long time.
Many years.
แต่มันเป็นความของที่นี่นะมันเป็นแบบที่นี่นะ though it was actually both who came up with the theme, so thank you both for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nice, Boat. Nice. All right, so what we're going to do today is there's 16 games, so there's a lot of games. We're going to try and move through them, you know, as quickly as possible. But at the same time, we want to get a taste for all of them. If we do, because they're so good. RJ, they're so good. Like, if I fire up Battle Squadron 2, it's like stream over, you know, because I get so hooked on it. It's so good. So what we're going to do, I figured out the fastest way to do this. Cammy said she wants to start up here in the upper left corner. And go in that order. Some of them are cropped off right now, but don't worry, they won't be cropped when we look at them. And I'm going to show a quick clip from YouTube. I just clicked on the games. I found some videos. Saberman had tons of videos on YouTube. Nagram had one. So some folks had some videos. We'll watch like a 1 minute of the game so you all get a feel for what the game is, and then we'll talk about it. Sound good, Cammy? And Cammy, I believe the community has voted, and at the end of hearing the comments from RJ, Dan, and Boat, you'll hold up a score. Is that correct? And then we'll each judge here will also give a score, correct? And that will be calculated into the final score, Cammy. Is that how it will work? Great. Okay, sounds good. All right. So first up now. Yo, thank you all so much for all the amazing support in the chat. I really appreciate it. Texas Food Sport, my VIP, Super Tech Boy, you all absolutely rule. DJC, amazing. Now, Electric Black Sheep, they've done some really interesting stuff. They are pumping out a lot of games on the Amiga, a lot of top-down stuff. One of the coolest things they did was they recently made a game that used the half-bright mode. And I thought that was really neat because not too many games use like half-bright. Not too many things take advantage of half-bright. So that really turned me on. This one is called Tale of Evil, and I've got a video of it right here by Saberman. Saberman's awesome. I just linked to it, and let's take a look so you guys get a taste for what the game's all about.
His eyes were burning, jealousy took hold. Buried down in silence, cold earth turned so cold.
Any game with a black cat in it, I like. I love cats. Yo, Mitsuya, thank you for the resub. The only problem with games where you play as the protagonist, as a cute animal, we had another one recently, is like when you die. It makes me really sad. It makes me really sad. But look at that. So we're down here in a dungeon. I love the cat sounds. This game is super cute. I totally dig it. Boat, you want to give us some feedback on Tale of Evil?
Yeah, man. This is a beautiful looking game. I mean, it's gorgeous. I really like the graphics. I like the little background story that plays at the beginning. It's an interesting gameplay mechanic because you play as the cat, and when you collect enough memories, you take control of the cat's former owner, who I think is dead. You basically resurrect the cat's former owner, and then only at that time do you have an offensive weapon. So most of the time, you are running around avoiding things, collecting memories from your previous owner, which take the form of different icons, and then you sort of turn the tables Pac-Man style on your enemies when you resurrect the your owner, and she throws fireballs. I thought this was a cool idea. It was a cool concept. The only thing that I dislike about this, and I know that this is a contentious topic, but this game has a definite taint of AI generation about it, particularly in the music. The theme tune is clearly AI generated. It has that AI generated voice, and it was hard for me to get past that because it continues to play throughout the whole game, and it sucks because it really doesn't need it. You really could have used any sort of ask somebody for a mod or something, rather than just have you guys have all heard these AI generated songs before. They have a very definite sound to them, but other than that, I've got nothing bad to say about the game itself. It's always refreshing to have a game that takes the regular shoot 'em up, and kind of puts a new twist on it. And I like the fact that you're playing on the defense for most of the game until you gather enough materials to turn the table. So that's my thoughts on this one.
Well said, Bo. Well said. I think that's playing on the defense and not being able to shoot at the beginning, I think is pretty unique as well. That's a good point. RJ, how do you feel about the vibe of the game, about AI? I'm curious.
It's really fascinating. I love this game. I do love the look of this game. I love the sound of this game. I enjoyed the experience of it. I will have to admit that when it comes to AI, I've had my head down for two good reasons. And so I don't know about the AI, the sound of the AI audio. I don't know that there is that thing. Probably a lot of the people that are listening now don't know. I've been at Google for the last bunch of years, and for more than a decade now, I've been in the research department working on this stuff, working on text, working on audio, and photos, now video, and now video with sound and all of that integrated. And I got to admit, I only know the stuff that Google's doing, and the stuff that Google's doing in the audio space is just breathtaking. And so I don't know that there is a sound to the what's out there, the standard that's out there in the real world. I have to admit ignorance about the real world on this one. And so all I can do is throw my hands up and, like the person that, well, I don't know, the art looks good to me. In this case, I don't know about that. The music sounded nice to me, and I liked it. It was soothing and pleasant and very enjoyable. I'm sorry if it's obnoxious to some. I'm sorry if I sound naive to some, but I liked it.
You guys just dropped some serious AI video this past week. Everyone in the film business is talking about it, RJ. Like, they were like, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, my God.
Oh, and the maddening thing is that it's been crazy for years. It's just Google wanted to take its time, making sure everything was right before we rolled it out. But it's been this crazy good for years, my friends. It's been driving us mad.
Wow.
Oh, you know what, Bill? I didn't end up giving my score.
Oh,
you
yeah.
want us to do that at the end of it when we're all done? Or
yeah, let's do it at the all end.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get Dan's impression of the game. I know Dan is, like I said, he's definitely a key member of the demo scene, and AI was a hot topic this year at Revision. So I'm curious to hear. I'm curious. Dan, how do you feel about this game?
Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful, and the fact that it's got a black cat with white paws. I've got a black cat with white paws, so it's going to resonate with me quite nicely. It reminds me a bit of the old Attic Attack, sort of the flip screen Ultimate games. Graphically, it looks beautiful. I think the presentation is nice. The pictures as well are obviously AI generated by the looks of things, but we're using AI all the time at work now. It's just something that it's just a thing now. It's not going to go away, so you've got to embrace it, I think. It just looks like a nice fun game.
Yeah, no, it is, and it also, I've played a lot of other games from Electric Black Sheep, and I love that it's they have a vibe. Like they have a look. Like all their games, you can tell it's an electric Black Sheep game. They're all different, but at the same time, they all have like a cohesive look and feel. And I think that's a great sign of a good artist who has a vision with their work. Cool. I mean, so all right, Cammy, do you want to give us the community score? Or should we have it? We could have the guys give their score first. But why don't you give us your score while Cammy's doing some calculations? She's doing some math over there, man. AI is good at math. Oh, so, 3.7. Okay,
3.7. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a 3.7 out of 5. That's the community score. Okay. And actually, Cammy, while I got you, someone asked in the chat a very good question. If someone has a question, if you could do at AmigaBill. Sorry, I'm not as dialed into the chat as I usually am. But a good question is, what is this game a sequel to? Which game is this a sequel to? Because I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
It says that on the page, an unofficial sequel to Tower of Evil.
That's their own game. Got it. That's what I thought. I was gonna say that. Right. Yeah, Tower of Evil's their own game. That's funny. So they kind of snuck in that they made a game and they made a sequel to their own game. All right.
Yeah. I thought that was dumb, and to me, when that's against the spirit of competition, and so I knocked it down half a star for that. You should produce a sequel to a game that existed before the game that you made before. And the AI, like I said, the AI music just really ruined it for me. And normally I'm not somebody like with AI art, maybe I'm not as sensitive because I am a musician, I'm a music teacher. But I can tell, and anybody that's spent any time at all with Suno can tell when a song was generated with Suno, and this was. And so I gave this one 2.5 stars.
2.5 from the boat. All right. RJ, how you feeling about this one?
This was a 4-star 4-star experience for me.
Awesome. Yeah.
I did not suffer from that pain in the neck, that or the pain in the ear.
Fair play. Thank you, RJ. Dan.
Yep, 3.5 stars from me. It would have been a 3, but because it's got a cat in it, it gets an extra half star.
I'm with Dan. I'm so with you on that. As soon as I saw the cat, I'm like, all right, we're rolling at a minimum of a 3 here, minimum. It even looks like my cat. I guess our cats look similar, Dan. She'll probably come in here and harass me for food a little later too. All right, Cammy. So Cammy, I guess you're gonna take judges' scores and community score, and then do all the math, and we'll announce it at the end of the stream, like who has the highest score. Does that sound good? Okay, good. Okay, awesome. So there, Tale of Evil. Great job to Electric Black Sheep. Keep up the great work, guys. Electric Black Sheep does really, really good stuff. All right, now here we go. Battle Squadron. Come on now, one of the greatest Amiga games ever. And these guys came up with Battle Squadron 2 by Bitwise Brains, a shoot 'em up. I've had an absolute blast playing this one on the stream. I think I've got it here. Where has it been? Battle Squadron 2. Let's take a look. Great stuff, man. I had a blast. I played this one, several iterations of this one on the stream, and I had so much fun with it. Boat, how you feeling about this one?
Yeah, I'm conflicted when it comes to this one. On the surface of it, it's a good looking space shooter. You know, the enemies look nice, and your ship looks nice. You move around. But I really have trouble with this because this doesn't seem like it's a sequel to Battle Squadron. Battle Squadron is such an iconic game on the Amiga. It takes advantage. You have that full horizontal width of the screen, and then you also have extra space on the left and the right as you move to the left and the right. Um, your power up system is very unique when it comes to Battle Squadron. You're collecting those M tokens. Uh, there is you go in and out of different environments. I didn't get any of that stuff when I was playing Battle Squadron 2. Not to mention that this is one of these games where it takes you a million years to get into the game because whenever you start it up, you got to spend unskippable like 10 seconds on each graphic for the developer and the title sequence. And I just felt like, man, just get me in there. This one was I would call this an okay space shooter, but not a great sequel to Battle Squadron.
Fair assessment. Appreciate that, Boat. Do you like this order? RJ, Boat, RJ, Dan, is that a good order there? RJ, go ahead, go for it, my man.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It was fine. It was a brilliant game, played really well, nice, clear, crisp. Did not see enough of it to really get the entire experience of it. But unfortunately, it felt too much Me Too with this type of game rather than trying to take advantages of the machine, like the width of the screen, et cetera, et cetera. It wanted to be that kind of game, but didn't have any of the better imagination. And I'm in total agreement. I loved it just as a fun game, but it didn't really come across as a sequel to the earlier game, and just didn't grab me in any really interesting, unusual way.
Cool. Awesome, RJ. The color palette, the reds, I'm not going to lie. When I see you here and I see the reds, I'm thinking Sinistar reds. When I think of Sinistar,
I'm just loving the colors.
You still got Sinistar on the brain, Bill.
I still got Sinistar on the brain, RJ. Yeah, we had a great time playing it in the arcade the other day. Yo, what's up, Matt Trick? And yo, Lady Ilarus, thank you so much for the raid. It's so great to see you here, Lady Ilarus. Everyone go give Lady Ilarus a follow. She's a really, really cool person. Did an awesome exhibit at VCF East. She rocks. Thank you, Lady. Appreciate you. Dan, how you feeling about Battle Squadron 2?
Yeah, I'm with Boat on this one. Because I remember Battle Squadron when it came out originally on the Amiga, and it actually blew us away with what it was doing. It was like possibly the first coin-up quality shoot 'em up, 2 players, simultaneous, big screen, massive weapons. This looks more like a sequel to something like Star Force, the old arcade game. I don't know if that actually came out on the Amiga. I don't think it did. Graphically, it's fairly nice, but it doesn't seem to do a great deal. There's no kind of doesn't seem to be much variation in the players' weapons and the attack waves of the enemies and stuff. So it does look nice. I'll give it that. Graphically, it looks quite nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. I guess we'll go to, do you guys want to give us the scores? Boat, why don't you give us your score for Battle Squadron 2?
3 big stars for me.
Excellent. RJ?
I'm going to go with 3 as well, even though I wished it was more. What it was really good.
Excellent. Dan?
Yeah, I'm going 3 as well. It did look nice. Plays well. Could be better, that's all. Could have been a 4-star game with a bit more variety.
Excellent. Thank you guys for your scores. Amiga Cammy, the community score? .5. Wow. Excellent. The community loved this one.
They liked it more than we did.
Yeah. Excellent. To be honest, I probably liked it a little bit more.
Critics. Ooh,
yeah. You guys. No, it's very good. I think your criticism of it not feeling like a Battle Squadron sequel is very valid, but when a game has great music and Hoffman did the music to this, I'm in. I know, and I just have any game. This is my kind of game. I love vertical scrolling shooters, and I like to blast thing, make loud noises, and rock out to some good music. So it's my kind of game. I'm not a judge, but I voted in the community thing. But
okay, and that's actually a fair point that you're making, and I don't know the answer to it. Maybe Cammy can give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. are we considering how much it is a sequel to the original versus that doesn't really matter so much. It's just an awesome standalone app because that was a great game. Good, solid, you know, I'd give a higher score if we're not considering the sequel-ish part of it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's a big part of it. I think it's just going to be different for everybody. You just kind of grade on your own curve.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like for me personally, it was like, all right, it's not, it doesn't. You're right, it doesn't feel like a sequel to Battle Squadron, but it rocks, and it's like, you know, it rocks, and it's a fun game to play. So I would give it a pretty good score. It's to each his own. However you guys like want to feel it out. That's a good question. All right, excellent. So, all right, moving on. The next submission. This is by Acid Bottle, who's in the chat, folks. Acid Bottle is a great friend of the stream, and the Dizzy games, you know, are classic games for, I guess, many platforms, right? I know they were big in the UK. I love the character. Dizzy is such a cool character. Egg, how can you not love that? So Acid Bottle has made Dizzy Fast Food 2. Let's take a look over here at Saberman's video at a little Dizzy Fast Food 2. Oh. It's a lot of fun. I love the character. I love that he's getting junk food. It's cool that it's a single screen game, a single screen maze. That's all interesting to me. Take it away, Boat.
All right. Well, as somebody who profoundly resembles Dizzy in my head region, I've always had I've always been inclined to like the Eggman. You know, this is my favorite. I love fast food on the ZX Spectrum. I think it's great. I like the Dizzy games. You know, all the rest of the Dizzy games are not really like this, but I've always been a fan of that kind of, item manipulation, puzzle solving mechanic that Dizzy pioneered on the micros back in the day. Of course, Oliver Twins, legends in the industry. This game has some of the best graphics of any game in the Jam. All of them are lovingly rendered and detailed. This game has some slapping music. I don't know who did the music for this, but each different difficulty level has a different track, and they're all great. They're all fantastic. This is a nice alternative take on the Pac-Man genre, because you're collecting different types of things. You're collecting the fast food, and then you're also collecting the stars. It's like there's multiple ways to complete a level. Well, you're always complete a level in the same way, but the food just kind of meanders around like the bonus fruit in Ms. Pac-Man. But then if you can manage to collect all 3 stars while avoiding the blobs, then you get an extra life. So I thought that was awesome. I love the fact that there's 3 difficulty levels that are selectable right from the title screen. I wish every single Amiga game did that, because I've played so many Amiga games where I can't get off the freaking first level, and I never see any more of the game. So props to them. There's a real exit game screen. Like when you hit escape, it doesn't just dump you back to workbench. It says, do you really want to exit? Then it takes you back to the title screen. This is a fully featured game, is what I'm saying. You could put this game on the shelf in 1990 on any Boots shelf or any Waterstone shelf in the UK, and you would have buyers. And that's about the biggest praise that I can give it. I would say the controls are a little bit more loose than I would like, but that's Dizzy. The controls are always a little bit loosey goosey with Dizzy, but yeah, this game is amazing.
I love it. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm speaking out of line here. I should check before I speak it. But I think it was made with the Scorpion engine.
I wouldn't be surprised. Erock is the man.
Yeah. I have to check. I have to check the. I'm gonna let this video keep running, but I'll check it before we're done. But either way, it's just awesome. Great review, but thank you, RJ. How you feeling?
Yeah, boy, it's amen to almost everything you just said. This is really an enjoyable experience. Again, I'm not sure, what makes good audio and what makes fake audio these days, but I really just enjoyed everything about this experience. It is, deliciously Pac-Man with a new take on it, a fresh, wonderful take on that kind of game, but a brilliant example of how to do this kind of game and how to do it really well, to do an enjoyable version of it. And I too would have given it, this would do fine as a product back when it was originally launched. And it goes beyond just the Pac-Man stuff with all these new features, the occluding of the play field by the objects and everything. It's just a really excellent experience, and I love the sound of it. I love the play of it. I just loved everything about this. I'm going to give a high rating to this one.
Awesome. One thing I'm seeing here on the video as we watch it, a nice detail is how you go like behind the trees. It gives it like, even though it's like a flat 2-dimensional space, it's not like Pac-Man. Like there's a third dimension to it as well. That's really neat.
Yeah, if it were me, we'd go to town with that. We'd have tunnels and a whole bunches of trees and things. It would be one of the obstacles.
Amazing. Dan, how you feeling about Dizzy Fast Food 2?
Yeah, I like it. It looks fast, furious. Like RJ said, the going behind things. The graphics are beautiful. They're giving me like Super Nintendo vibes. The color palette. Yeah, it's got that sort of console look to it. Definitely, it would have worked as a game back in the 90s. As a commercial game.
That's a really great point, Dan. The color palette is really good, and the graphics they look as Boat was saying, it looks like something that you'd find on the shelf in the store. It's
definitely.
And the music is great too. I love this map screen. There's a map screen up on that again. It's always little. Oh, it's not a map screen. Sorry, that's a playfield. But it's a totally different playfield. It's awesome with the trailers. That's great.
Yes.
I'd go even one further and say it was. This is the kind of game that you'd find in an arcade. The quality of the game that we're seeing here is something that you wouldn't be surprised to be putting a quarter in to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the glory of the Amiga, is that it gave you that kind of experience. Oh, look at how great this is. I love this level.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? I love the trailers. Oh, it's so good. The little picnic benches, the portable picnic bench. Like there's a lot of story going on in this camping area. Like there's a board with look out for the coyotes. that's what we have here in New York. A lot of notes about coyotes and ticks. Look out for the ticks. We got fried eggs. Oh man, he put fried eggs on the table there. That's pretty dark. Acid bottle. That's pretty dark. I love it. Acid bottle, dude. Congrats, Acid bottle. This game is it's freaking awesome. I love it. It's a great job, Acid bottle. He's a great friend of the stream too. I really, really appreciate it. Who made the graphics? Fred Say is asking. It's a good question. Amiga Cammy, you want to get the community score here for us for Fast Food 2 by Acid Bottle? 4. Excellent. Boat, go for it. What's your score on Fast Food 2?
4.5 stars.
4.5. RJ? 4. Excellent. Dan.
But okay, I gotta change it to 4.5. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to. Isn't it funny how sometimes when you experience something like on your own by yourself, you have one impression of it, but then like when you experience it with a group, you're like it changes. Like it can go like a little better or a little worse. It's interesting how that happens. It happens to me as well. Dan, how you feeling about it?
Yep, it's a 4.5.
4.5. Excellent.
Yay!
Great job. Congrats, Acid Bottle. Good job, dude. All right, you know what I'm gonna do now? This is Ammy Robo 2 by Tukanim, who I think just followed my stream recently. Thank you for following the stream, Tukanim. I really love this game a lot. This is fantastic. It's a great puzzle game. Puzzle games are really I've been getting more into puzzle games lately. My reflexes are getting slower as I get older. To be fair, my brain cells are getting fewer as well. But I've been enjoying the puzzle games. It's like pick up and play. This one is a really, yeah, as Ghetto Finger Gaming says, this is a badass puzzler. Tony Rocks, you're hilarious. Let me just change the text here. I figured out a faster way to change the text. I'm happy. Ami Robo 2. All right, we're good, and I think I've got, I got to close some of these. Fast food, thank you, fast food. Battle Squadron, that's done. This one's done. That one is done, and here we go. Ami Robo 2. I'm gonna kind of like skip ahead to the gameplay a little bit. Once upon a time, in an 8-bit world, Robo fought to escape a planet on the brink of destruction. Whoops. Let's take a nostalgic journey back to 1989 and relive his adventure. I love that there's a story to this. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say anything yet. I love it. All right, Boat, give us your thoughts on Ami Robo 2.
All right. Well, I'm Mr. Hot Takes today, Bill.
I love it, Boat.
Okay.
Bring it. Bring the hot takes. Bring the hot sauce.
I did not play Ami Robo 2, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I believe that charging for a game in a game jam goes against the spirit of the activity. I have no problems. I've thrown down big bucks for games in the past. I got no problem with paying people for their work. But charging you to get in the door for something that's a game jam is no bueno for me. So I'm going to have to set this one out.
All right. Boat sitting on the bench on this one. Wait, are you sure there was a charge for it that you had to?
$6 on the itch page.
Really?
That's really?
I don't remember that. Did you click on the wrong link? Oh yeah, look at
Maybe
that. $6. No, look, it does say. Let's see. If I submissions, interesting. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment, Boat. What I do is I did play the game on the stream, so I have a policy. Like if I play a game on the stream, I at least make the minimum donation because people donate to me, and then I'm giving them entertainment based on other people's games and stuff. So,
but I want it to be a choice that I make.
Fair enough. Let's see if we go here. Interesting. Okay, Boat. That's a fair take. It's a very, very fair take. Got it. Yeah, 6 clams. And very, very interesting. All right, Boat. Appreciate that very much. It's a very valid criticism. RJ, did you get a chance to play
it? I'm going to take a pass on this one, too, I have to admit.
No problem.
Although, if you wanted me to comment on just the video that we just saw, I would be happy to.
Okay, sure.
What we saw didn't feel inspired to me. It felt, as a sequel, I wouldn't have felt from. And I only saw the little bit that we just saw right here just now, but I'm thinking of value from the little bit that we saw here. It felt a bit too much like not really a sequel, but more of the same. More of the same kind of puzzle. More of the same kind of game. A lot of fun. Looked like a lot of fun, and looked like probably as much enjoyable as that the original and that whole genre of puzzles. Looked like it had all the nice elements to it. We'd have to get in a lot further to find out, but
Cool.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay to play a demo. I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Dan, did you get a chance to play this one?
No, I mean in the same boat as the other two. From what I can see, though, I mean, I kind of like these sort of games, logic puzzles. You know, make a mistake, you can block your own exit. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Boulder Dash in a way as well.
It's funny you say Boulder Dash, Dan, because like the character looks a lot like the main character to Boulder Dash.
It does,
right?
doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, these are the sort of games I quite like. But I would be disappointed if I paid $6 and haven't got this. I'd say that graphically, it's not great. I don't know what the original game was like. Maybe it's just a throwback to the original style.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the original game is either, Dan. But it definitely has Boulder Dash vibes to me.
Yeah.
You know, but I have to say, the game was. Here's what I did like about the game when I played it on the stream is that it was sometimes puzzle games are just a little overly difficult, especially like when you're trying to stream them. And this one was like pretty easy to pick up and play. So that was really cool. I like that he tried to incorporate a story into it as well. So it's not just that boom, you're in a puzzle. There's a story to it. That was neat. I really enjoyed that. And overall, you know, it was fun to play. Like it was kind of like almost like a pick up and play puzzler that you kind of you don't have to read the manual. It's a simple game to pick up and play. And so I did enjoy playing it on the stream, and I thought it was cool. And I guess I just didn't even think about it when I did the $6. I was like, oh, I'm streaming it, so I'll do the donation. But that makes sense. I think maybe that could be a thing, Amiga Cammy, for next year. Is like you can't charge for the game until after the jam is over, something like that. Maybe we'll let Amiga Cammy decide on that one since it's her jam. Cammy, audience score. I guess the audience score will determine this one.
Yeah.
4.2. Excellent. See, it's a good game. It is a good game. So, wait.
I just saw 3.6 get thrown up there.
4.2.
4.2.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans.
So I'll let Cammy do the math. I don't know how it will how that will play in. If I'll let Cammy, I will let you figure out the rankings later on in the stream. But audience score gave it a 4.2. Awesome, guys. All right, next game. We're gonna keep going around the horn here. Is Extreme Violence 2 by Pixel Plop. This one's a lot. I was dying when I was playing this game. I don't want. Hold on. Let me. Let's just go here and play the video. It's great.
Extreme violence.
Get it ready. Bingo. Get it ready. Bingo. Bingo.
See, you have different screen layouts depending on how many people are playing. It's pretty rad. There's the quad look.
What were the customized game features of this game?
I think you can choose like if you want one screen that scrolls or a quad screen. Let's go back. Yeah, you can have different CPU. You can have the CPU play as one of the 4 players or humans. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because Voxel Trots was starting a group chat for Westchester Amiga User Group, our meetup coming up on Saturday, and he's like, you know what, like we're getting together in person, like let's play some multiplayer games. So we're definitely gonna fire this one up. This one's a blast. It's really fun to play. I don't want to bias the judges. Boat, kick it off for us, baby.
All right, so we got pros. The digitized speech at the beginning really captures the essence of the Amiga. And you hear that extreme violence, like there are so many games that have the name of the game spoken in cool guy voice, like Savage, all of those games are like that. So, we're off to a good start. I love the fact that they were in-game instructions. It wouldn't hurt. It never hurts anybody to have an option in the opening title screen to say, hey, here's how you play the game. Like you said, Bill, the multiple screen layouts are great depending on how many people are playing. Customization options, it reminds me a lot of Worms where you can have those same customization options. But that said, the graphics are, am I allowed to say the word but on the stream?
You can say but. You're allowed.
Okay. Yeah. The graphics are but. They're no good. I mean, we're talking about like public domain levels of graphics here. For a game that is a imaginary sequel, I would expect something more along the lines of like the guys from the Chaos Engine or something like that as your players. I found the map to be really huge with only 2 players. I only played this by myself. And so this just seems like one of those games that is a lot of fun with a lot of people, and the fewer people you have, the less fun you're going to have, which is not really a knock against it. It's just it's not really cut out to be a 1-player game.
Fair play, Boat. I was going to respond to something. I totally forgot what it was. I'll remember it. RJ, you're feeling on extreme violence too.
Where was the extreme violence? I mean, I did like the actual look of the world itself. These, the rectangular shapes defining the world that you're in, the space that you're in. That worked really well for me. I wish that they had done something more advanced with the characters. It felt the juxtaposition of the two didn't really work for me. And and like the blood splatter happening randomly was great, but I don't know, reducing it to just being on a grid and having the old style with the new style and somehow just the entire thing didn't work for me. Plus, and like I said in the beginning, I agree, extreme violence, great name, but oh man, where was the extreme violence? I wanted more extreme violence. More violence. What we got out of here.
Fair play. So a great comment from Bobby Zeal. He said the big difference between this and the original is that this one enabled CPU players and has up to 4 players at once. So it's definitely catering towards the sequel department. That's a very good point, Bobby Zeal. Thank you for that. And the graphics are similar to the original. That makes sense, guys. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point because you could play the 4-player against computer opponents and get multiplayer experiences.
Yep.
There's a lot to recommend this game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like this one. I feel like the sequel wants to be multiplayer. It wants to be at a WOG party or a boat fest or whatever you call it now, boat. It's awesome.
It'll always be boat fest.
It'll always be boat fest. Dan, how you feeling about extreme violence 2?
Yeah, I mean graphically it's not great, but I think the different split screen layouts up to 4 players is quite an interesting thing. You don't see many 4-player games, certainly not on the Amiga anyway. So it could be quite good fun if you've got four real players playing it. But it's not really the kind of game I would play. I'm not. Not my kind.
You're not a fan of extreme violence. You're not going to be casting Clockwork Horns anytime soon.
No. It's it just doesn't look good either to me. Yeah, and I like games that look nice, and this doesn't look particularly great.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Two things I will say, positives about this game. Well, first of all, like Pred Seda has a good point. He said this one is actually feels like the most sequel-ish game in the compo because it feels a lot like the original, but it enhances on the original. What I like about this game is I love the mini map in the bottom. That helps a lot because when I was playing that on the stream, I remember using the mini map, and that was really really cool. Another thing I'll throw out there though is let's say you don't live nearby like an Amiga party. This one was on Amiga Live, and I mean playing Amiga Live like online multiplayer Amiga games is so much fun. And there's a great community around Amiga Live, and this is just like perfect for Amiga Live.
I also wanted to add, Bill. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not. I picked this up, I think, from Graham's stream. I think somebody might have posted in the chat, or maybe he even talked about it on Amiga Live. If you download the desktop client, there are a bunch of different pre-programmed front ends that you can run, and one of them is the AmiGameJam front end that has all of the games preloaded, and you select them from like a WHD load menu. So if anybody wants to jump in and play all these games, that's the best way to do it.
That's a great point, Boat. Thank you, Boat. Thank you, Nag Graham from the Norwich Amiga user group. Say Nag Graham, he gets together in person, but also rocking it out on the Amiga Live. Yeah, it's a great one. See you next Friday, Tony Rocks. You rocked, brother. Love you too, man. Amiga Cammy, what did the community say about Extreme Violence 2? 4.0. Excellent. Unlike my grade point average.
Well, I'm gonna disappoint the community. This is a 2.5-star game for me. I'm too much of a graphic snob.
2.5 for the Boat. RJ, what do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 4 as well, and I'll tell you why. I'm one of the old school people that once upon a time we had a pair of pieces of heavy construction paper that were intersecting with each other to make a big giant T that we could put in front of the TV screen so that 4 of us could only see one of the 4 quadrants as we played 4-player games. And that alone, that they would go for that with this game was really impressive for me. And I liked everything except the graphics. And the graphics, I felt like they could have done so much more and should have done so much more. They failed just a bad mix. But other than that, I really liked this effort, and I was really pleased with it. And so it got a 4 from me.
Awesome.
Boat and I disagree on one.
I know, crazy. It had to happen sometime.
Dan, how you feeling about Extreme Violence 2?
It's a 3 from me. I might have rated it higher if I'd played it with 4 people, and I think that's the big draw of this game, and the customization options, the different split screens, the number of players. It definitely needs 4 players, I think, playing 4 human players to appreciate it.
Yeah, it definitely it wants to be multiplayer for sure. I totally agree. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember because I played it a couple times when I was playing on stream. I was playing against the CPU, but I feel like I did play it on Amiga Live once. Maybe it was on like a Pints and Amiga stream. I don't remember. Okay, awesome. Extreme Violence 2. But let's go back 1 second. Submissions to the Ami Game Jam. Let's just go back to where did I? Too many too many tabs. Here we go. Let's just go back. See the submissions. I just want to go back to let's just go back to Ami Robo 2 for a second because Tukanim is in the chat. Tukanim, welcome. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I do like your game. Tukanim, and I didn't remember having to pay for it. And Tukanim, he's wanted to clear it up. He said, hello all. This was a full version of Ami Robo 2, but for the jam, there was a demo special version with other worlds and graphics. See, that's what I remembered. Because I remembered downloading it on the stream, and I don't remember having to pay for it on the stream. So maybe maybe the full paid version got replaced on the itch.io.
Yeah, I mean, the first time that I started playing these games was not until after the jam was over.
Got it.
And so maybe he'd already upgraded the from the jam version to the full version. I'm not sure how that happened, and I don't want to slight Tukanem. I'm just giving my opinion about the way I think things should run in a jam.
That's totally fair, totally fair. But I just want to let him say his piece, because he did say that there was a here. Let's check out his YouTube video. He said this is some gameplay from his demo version that was actually in the original jam. Oh wow, it does look a lot different. Interesting. Oh, RJ, you know I love how much I love 1.3. You know it. Oh man, there's something. The orange and the red and the blue and the white. It's nothing better. I love 1.3. It gets me excited every time I see it. So let's just take a look at some of the gameplay from this is the demo. So technically it was the demo that was in the jam. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a different character and everything. Interesting. So I guess this was the original one from the jam.
What happened? Why was it different?
Wow,
look.
It's totally different. Yeah, because he came out with like a full version of it. And this was the demo version that was actually in the original jam. I love the screen shake. That was cool. Yeah, Tukanem, I do remember playing this one on my stream. It was a long time ago, so sometimes I forget. I play a lot of games, but I remember the ghosts. I don't remember that screen shake though. The screen shake was very, very cool. So maybe, I don't know, Amiga Cammy, if you want to powwow with the judges at some point, maybe after the stream, and talk about how to rate the Ammy Robo. It's up to you.
Or you just go with the community rating.
Or you can just go, or she can just go with the community rating. Yeah, that's a good way to do it too. Whatever Cammy wants. Cool. Well, Tukanem, thank you for being here. Appreciate it, and thank you for clearing that up, and thank you for dropping the link to this video. I got to stream. Hold on, this is Ammy Robo 2 demo. Yeah, let's let it play for a second. So yeah, it's interesting. He went with a totally different look, right? Very, very interesting. But I know that happened. For example, like with Badger Punch Games Roadcraft. Originally, that was part of a game jam as well. And originally, it was just a demo, and then like the full paid version came out.
Right, and it may have to do with how you have to do your page on itch.
Right.
So I totally get that.
Cool. All right. Well, Tukanem, thank you for clearing that up. Appreciate it. And thanks for the game. Like I said, it was a fun game. I did have fun playing it on the stream. I have to go back and check out my VOD of that one. But thank you, Tukanem, for coming and for the game. Thanks to everyone who participated in the jam, by the way. I mean, how lucky are we that we get to play like all these really cool games, and the jam inspires people to maybe learn some coding, maybe a little creative, take on a cool side project, and then folks like me just get to play them on stream. It's great. I'm so happy. We're so lucky to have all the folks who participate in the jam. All right, next up in the jam, I'll close that. Ammy Robo 2 demo, boom, is Riviera 79 by No Nonsense Games. Let's check out the video. Big ups to Saberman for making all these videos.
Saberman is awesome. I'd love to meet him one day. Do you know anything about Saberman, Bill?
I don't.
He's an enigma.
I believe he's Polish. I think that's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
If you're Polish, you're good in my book.
That's exactly it.
I think he is, but I'm not 100% sure. right, great stuff. Great stuff. I love that music. Boat, how you feeling about Riviera 79?
I love this game. I loved it. I'm a huge fan of the top-down racer, and I love like old school, really, really simple racing games. You know, I love all the sprint games from Atari, from like the black and white era. I love games like Grand Prix for the 2600 by Activision. So this was great for me. I love this one. It seems like they updated the graphics a little bit, but really this is more of a port than a sequel. It's that what they've done is they've taken the original aspect ratio, which was a vertical aspect ratio, and they've maintained that, and they've put a map of the track to the right. The music on this, I don't know who did the music, but hats off to them, because I guarantee the music for that is a lot better than the music that was in the original, which was none. So this is the music was great. I love the environment of this game. The problem is that it's not much of a sequel. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen a little bit more in terms of giving you multiple tracks to choose from. Giving you a different car even would be cool, even if it's just a sprite swap. It's just something different, letting you select your track at the beginning. That would have really pushed it over the edge for me. But as a port, this game is great. This is right up there with all those fabulous JOTD transcodes that we see all the time. So I'm a big fan of Riviera 79.
Outstanding, Boat. Outstanding. RJ.
Same. It felt, the thing I loved about it felt like playing this game again. But then finally that's all it felt like, was playing this game again.
Right.
Which is great. And I had a great time playing this game again. But it was a chance to do more. Exactly like Bo just said. Even just something like multiple tracks or a 2-player version or something, anything to really set it up as the next step in this kind of game.
Totally makes sense.
It was great. I loved it. It was fun to look at, fun to see again. But and the crash, especially the super simple, just wipe out, spin a couple of times, crash. I just love that stuff. But I wanted it to be more.
Okay, excellent, RJ. Thank you for your thoughts. Dan.
It reminded me of an old arcade game we used to play down in the arcades back in the early 80s. Can't remember the name of that one. Yeah, it's fun, fast and fun. The headlights section at the night time is impossible. But yeah, I used to play Spy Hunter as well. So these vertically scrolling, fast racing games, car games, they're sort of a nod back to my childhood. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Dan, yeah, I thought the same thing. When I first saw the headlights come on when I was playing it, I was like, this is awesome. I love it. It's such a cool effect. And then I was like, oh man, I stink at this part.
Impossible.
But the music is fantastic, and the sound is cool. Yeah, Riviera 79. I guess, I kind of like it when you guys, I think it's better when you guys give your scores first, then we get the community score. So Bo, what's your score for Riviera 79?
This one is really, really hard because, again, am I rating it as a game or am I rating it as a sequel? And so, I would normally, if I was rating this just as a game, I'd give this 5 stars, but I'm going to knock it back 0.5. This is another 4.5 star game for me.
4.5 from the Boat. RJ.
3.5.
3.5 for the Riviera 79.
It was great. I loved it, but I wished it was more.
Yeah, a little too much of the same. Too much of the same.
Too much of the same.
Yeah, it was great for the first couple minutes, and then you want more. It makes a lot of sense.
I wanted more, yeah.
Dan, how about yourself?
Yeah, I'm with RJ on this 3.5. It's fun, it's fast, but you could do with a little bit more variety.
Outstanding. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for being on the stream today, by the way. Community score for Riviera 79. Amiga Cammy, take it away. 3.9. 3.9. Excellent. We got so much cool stuff. These jams are amazing. And the other thing I think about these jams too is like sometimes maybe I'm like I'm glad you guys are judging really really well. Sometimes I'm just like I'm so happy to have a game. I'm like I can see this guy probably ran out of time, you know, something like that. He just wants to finish for the jam. There's that aspect.
And
Not that, I don't mean him. I don't mean specifically these guys in general. Like this person.
Yeah, it goes without saying that I have no discernible skills with anything, just in life in general. So I mean, any of this stuff is way better than anything I could do. But you've got, I mean, if we didn't judge these things, we wouldn't have a competition. So you've got to.
100%. Exactly, Boat. Exactly. That's part of the fun. Awesome. Okay, so Riviera. Okay, here we go. I know this one. That was Riviera by No Nonsense Games. I love their name. This one, we just played a new version of Anguish on my stream like 2 weeks ago. The spiritual successor to Agony by Lion Agony. I guess he's such a big fan of the game. He's even got his name in his handle. Let's take a look at some Anguish by Lion Agony. Take it away, Saberman. We have to watch the intro. It's important. The Agony vibes. I will fast forward just a little bit just because we have a lot to get through today, but you get the vibes. I love the piano music. There's a great story here. And here's the gameplay. Yo, Arieri, you maniac. Thank you for gifting those subs, Arieri. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Arieri. I really, really appreciate that, my man. Thank you. Dude, those fists always get me, Saberman. Those fists are brutal. They're brutal. I think when I played the new version on the stream a couple weeks ago, I was like, I finally figured out the fist. Man, they oh man, they're brutal. All right, Boat. What are your thoughts on Anguish?
This game has a lot going for it. The music, it sets the scene well. This is like your classic Psygnosis. If this game had a box, I bet it would be beautiful. You know, I bet it would come with a free T-shirt. This is it sets the stage well. Do you need 3 screens of explanatory text about how you're a bird with a laser? Maybe not. But, you know, once you get through all that and you start the game has got this really bombastic music. And to me, that's the biggest homage to the original Agony that there is, because that game had some, like, woke you up when you played that game. Those big orchestral Trevor Horn-inspired hits, you know, those orchestral hits. So I was glad to see that was in there. Of course, you got to have 96 layers of parallax scrolling. I mean, what's an Amiga shooter without some parallax scrolling? Also, many of the enemies in Anguish are actually drawn better than the enemies in Agony. A lot of people remember how beautiful the bird looks in Agony, the owl, but they forget about how awful some of the enemies are drawn in that game. It's like they spent all of their R&D budget drawing that owl. And in this game, it's more like split half and half. The enemies definitely look better, but the bird in this game looks markedly worse. It's a shame because this guy obviously has great affinity for Agony. But the bird, I mean, it looks okay. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look like the Agony Owl, which was just a work of art. So there's only one level here. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I didn't get anywhere close to beating it. It maintains that Psygnosis blood money level of difficulty. This is yeah. This is. I would say this is solidly okay. Solidly okay.
Excellent, Boat. Thank you for your observations. I see some copper skies back there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
it's,
copper
it's
skies,
proper
for
Amiga.
sure.
Proper
Yep.
Amiga.
Yes, indeed.
RJ knows a thing or two about copper. What's going on?
Yeah, that was wonderful. I didn't I couldn't put my finger on it. It just felt that this one just looked better. It had, something more enjoyable. Something. I just love this game in the first place because it's that classic idea, but played out differently with different characters. And what if it is in this different kind of setting with different characters and different abilities. And I've always enjoyed that. I've always found that refreshing. And I thought somehow there was something better. And I see what Bo is saying. It is probably exactly that I was perceiving, that so much of it was improved, but at the cost of what was so awesome before. I didn't really see that, but I guess, now that I realize, I was kind of smudging my eyes, and that is what I was seeing. But it felt like a good successor. It felt like, to me, like someone had taken the basic idea and tried to do number 2 out of that idea, and it felt like a good, valiant effort to me.
Excellent, RJ. Appreciate the comments. Dan, how you feeling about Anguish? Are you anguished?
Yeah, a little bit. I thought it was OCS, and I've just checked, and it's actually AGA, isn't it? So that's probably why they've been able to get those extra layers of parallax in. But technically, it's a great looking game. But graphically, I don't like the look of it at all. I think the backgrounds look a bit amateurish. Is it a pigeon or is it an owl? I don't know. It doesn't have the beauty of the original Agony. Agony was one of the most beautiful Amiga games ever made. Didn't play very well, but it looked beautiful. This looks like it could play better, but doesn't look as nice. So that's where I'm coming from.
Good observations, Dan. I appreciate that. It's I definitely, this game would do well with some Roger Dean box art, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've been having fun with this one on the stream myself, and it definitely feels like a fan made a Psygnosis game. It really, that's what it feels like to me, and that's cool. I like that. Yeah. But it's a score, Boat.
3 stars.
3 stars for the Boat. All right. RJ.
3.5 for me.
Excellent. Dan.
3.5 as well. Technically, it does look nice. Looks like it plays well. It's got more going on than Agony.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool. Amiga Cammy, community score. For Anguish by Lion Agony. 3.6. 3.6.
Pretty close with what we thought.
Yeah. That's a nice little touch right there. The miner on the on the tomb. Oh man. A tomb for miner, exactly. Yeah. You love the axes versus swords. The axes are cool. Jake the dog, great to see you. And Aztok dog, great to see you, man. Thanks for being with us today. All right, so Lion Agony, great job, dude. Saberman, thanks for the video. Great stuff as always, all of you guys. All right, close that. Next up in all right, we're on line 2. We're on line 2. I love it. I know this one, unfortunately, I couldn't find a video for the Angel of Death. This is by Quantum Code Monk. But it's an adventure game. It's definitely like Sierra. Hold on, I gotta change this. Hold on. Look, I gotta stay on top of things here. But I need an assistant. I need an AD.
You need a production assistant.
Yeah, I do. Angel of Death. Here we go. Angel of Death. Okay, Angel of Death. So it definitely gives me Sierra vibes. I remember enjoying the story a bit when I played it on the stream. But the gambling room. I mean, that screams out Leisure Suit Larry to me. I'm a huge Leisure Suit Larry fan. So I wish I had a video to show you guys. But yeah, definitely like very Sierra inspired graphics. Let's see, where did I go back? So, sorry guys, wrong. There it is. Angel of Death. I'm feeling the vibes, but I didn't play this one that long because I played it quickly on the stream. I don't play a lot of adventure games on the stream. I don't know. I just blow things up on the stream and make a lot of noise. But I remember when I did play this, it was enjoyable, but I didn't play it a lot. And sorry, there's no video about it. Anyway, how did you feel about playing it, about Angel?
Well, I'll tell you how I felt about playing it. Frustrated because I couldn't get it to work. This is a weird one. I tried both the front end for AmiGameJam, which never let me down. Then I tried putting it on the Mister, and that didn't work. And then I tried putting it through just regular FSUAE. This was created, I was reading through some comments, I think with Scala.
You're right.
Didn't make sense. Yeah, which I thought, isn't Scala like a PowerPoint type deal? How do you make a game like this with that?
That's what's cool about it as well. I mean, making a game with Scala. Yeah, Scala is like PowerPoint. I used Scala so much back then. Scala was like one of my favorite programs on the Amiga. I did so many. Oh man, I literally would roll my Amiga into class with the little 1084S monitor and just like blow the doors off of everyone, man. RJ, it was awesome. I did all my reports, like deluxe paint stuff flying onto the screen. Everyone's like, what's going on? This is nuts. I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I put on such a good show, I got an A. I did that a lot in school. They're like, this kid gets an A just for the cool stuff. And thanks to Scala. We did a lot of, we did a lot of cool stuff for Westchester Amiga User Group of Scala too. But I never imagined making a game with it.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the screenshots, it looks great. And I'm a big point-and-click adventure guy, so I would have loved to have given this one a shot. I've got nothing bad to say from the screenshot perspective and from the reviews of the other people that I've seen that have played it, but I just couldn't get this one to work. So
that makes sense. What is a sequel to? That's a good question, Super Tech Boy. Oh, it's a sequel to Police Quest. Which makes sense with the Sierra-inspired graphics. Thanks for that, Escortian. I appreciate that. RJ, any thoughts on Scala? Any scores? I know a lot of folks from the Amiga community, a lot of Amiga developers actually went on to work at Scala, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah. It was such a wonderful tool to use at the time. It was amazing, all of this incredible technology that came out because of the Amiga, and how many people's careers it launched because of that. It's something that's not that well known about the Amiga that I just found out myself, is that this fellow Demis Hassabis, who just won a Nobel Prize. He was knighted in England and just won a Nobel Prize for the Google DeepMind work that they released all this stuff into the public domain and all of this amazing stuff. Chess master from when he was a young person, 6-7 years old, something. And no, later than that, but when he was young, I found out his first computer was the Amiga computer. He cut his teeth on the Amiga computer. He wrote his first chess playing program on the Amiga computer. Oh my God, what a treat is that? It's just such an amazing thing for me that it's helped so many of us, young and old, rich and poor, lots of skills, no skills whatsoever. It's helped so many of us get a leg up in this life.
It really has.
The greatest thing I got out of this experience.
I used the Amiga for my application to film school, and I got in, and there you go.
That's awesome.
I got in, but yeah, so if I didn't have the Amiga to make all my old videos and home videos and stuff, I would have never had the career that I have now. It changed my life for sure, RJ. And I know
Scala was one of those things for me.
Yeah, same here.
Emblematic of the spirit of the tools, of the energy of those days.
I agree. When you got programs like Scala, Deluxe Paint, those are like the ultimate, killer Amiga programs.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, got it. Thanks, Proton. Yeah, it was tricky to play this game. All folks are saying it was tricky to play this game. Prezi says it's a sequel to Scala. That's hilarious. But cool. It's a cool idea. I mean, Police Quest, one of the great games of all time. That's a classic. Dan, were you able to play this one, Dan? Or
No, I wasn't able to. But I'll give it a score based on, it's got the look. You know which company the original game came from that it's a sequel to. You can tell that just from looking at it. It's got the vibes there. I like the map screen as well. Quite nice. So I'll give it a score in a bit.
Go for it. You know what? Once we got you on the horn, why don't you give it a score right now?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Excellent. A 3 from Dan. Angel of Death. But I mean, I don't know how to do the score. If you didn't, do you want to give it a score?
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable giving it a
problem.
score if I didn't play it. So.
Copy. RJ, you want to give it a score?
4.
4. Awesome.
4.5. 7. 4.
4. That sounds good. It's basically Police Quest 1, but you play as the bad guy. Squiggle Crunch. That's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I love that. I wish more games, more familiar stories where you just, play the role of the antagonist. There's a lot of ground to be tilled there in the games community. So keep that in mind, developers, for future game jams. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. That's a good topic for a jam. Play as the other character.
Yeah.
Quantum Code Monk, great job. I gotta fire this one up and play it again on the stream. Amiga Cammy community. Oh wait. There's a link. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the music. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find a video online of it. Amiga Cammy community score for the Angel of Death. You know what I like about this too? A 1.5, but it's probably because a lot of folks couldn't get it to work.
A lot of people who just couldn't play it.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing I do like, I like the fonts up here. The fonts are cool. It's very, very clear, and that's a font that came with Scala, and it just brings back a lot of memories. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome that they pulled it off with Scala. All right, so the Angel of Death. Now here's an interesting one. North and South Wars by Peter McKay. I think I have a video for that one. Yes, there is. North and South Wars, sequel to North and South, and we will play. Oh, the video's cropped. Sorry, guys. My bad. It's a 16:9 video. Sorry, folks. Thanks for the heads up there. I can go back here. There we go. Sorry, Peter. It looks great, Super Tech Boy. I agree. Colors and graphics kind of remind me a little bit of Acid Bottle's game. The Amiga goes widescreen, right? Really cool stuff. Bo, did you get a chance to play this one?
Yeah. So yeah, this is what. Sorry about that. I drifted off into a realm of my own mind for a second.
I do that. I do the same thing, but I do it more often than I probably should.
This is not North and South. This is a game called Advanced Wars, or Famicom Wars, if you will, which is this game first came out for the Famicom in like 1986, and then came to prominence in the United States as the on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance through the Advanced Wars series. What they've done is they've put a Civil War skin on it and released it. There is I think there's a game called History Line 18 something for the Amiga that's sort of similar to this. Just trying to think of like games that are similar in this genre in the Amiga sphere, but this is really a Nintendo property. The good thing about it is that it looks okay. The Amiga needs to have a game, sort of an Advanced Wars ripoff, because Advanced Wars is a great game. It's a rock paper scissors type thing where if you have cavalry, the cavalry are going to beat the infantry, and then if you have the artillery, they're going to beat both of those. But I think that the in-battle graphics are a little bit simplistic. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more detail there. And there's no music in this game. It's just silent. And it's not really a North and South sequel. So, again, I run into the issue with, North and South is one of the most beloved games in the Amiga's library. Everybody loves North and South. It's a pastiche of the war based on like a Belgian comic, I think. It's always weird to me where there are these sort of like comedic exploits that are going on during wars, like Hogan's Heroes. But anyway, that's what it was. But anyway, this really has nothing to do with the first game. And it seemed like just an excuse for the Game Jam developer to put a type of game on the Amiga that had not appeared yet. So this is just a mixed bag, Bill. It's a mixed bag.
I love the graphics. They look
History
awesome.
Line 1914, 1918. Thank you, Manic Weiner.
Thanks for the great review, vote. RJ, how you feeling about this one?
I what I thought was its strength might be its weakness. I thought it was a fresh take on the idea where they tried something original and were willing to call it, not a sequel so much as another take on the idea, like take on this idea too, similar, same ballpark, but something fresh and different. And if fresh and different, I'm not a connoisseur of all of these game systems. If it's just a rip off of another game on another platform with a new skin on it, that's not fresh and different. That's just a rip off of another game from another game system. And what I thought was its strength, that's they had tried something fresh and new. That's kind of not applicable. I find that disappointing. I thought it was, and I love the graphics. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. There was a goodness to it that someone had really done something fresh and interesting. Yeah, but again, fresh and interesting is just taking some other idea and rebaking it here and pretending it's new. Then I feel betrayed.
Thank you, RJ.
But until I was betrayed, I felt great.
You loved it. You loved playing it. Oh, that's great. Dan, how you feel about North and South Wars?
I like the graphics and the colours. Again, it reminded me of the fast food sort of colour scheme, almost like the sort of Super Nintendo kind of colours. But these kind of games, I find them a bit slow and frustrating. To be honest, I never actually played the original North and South in Amiga, so I don't know what it was like. So I can't say whether this is a sequel or not. I know sequels don't have to be exactly the same as the original game. Sometimes games do change the gameplay and game style from across the sequels, but so I can't really comment on the sequelability of it.
Yo, what's up, Indie Retro News? Great to see you, man. At Indie Retro News, I'm gonna share a secret with you too. We're all sharing our secrets here. I never played North and South either, Dan.
Oh!
I never played it. No, never played it. So yeah, well, you know what's cool though? You know what's really cool is like experiencing a classic game for the first time in modern times. That's a cool experience.
Yep, that works.
Sorry, I never. Sorry, guys. I never played it. I never played Indie Retro Squadron. No. Oh man. Vote. You want to give us a score?
Yeah, 3.5 stars on this one.
Nice. RJ.
3.5 for me as well.
Great. Dan.
Yeah, I'll go 3.5.
Awesome. Amiga Cammy. What does the Amiga community say about North and South Wars? .2. Lots of folks are in agreement. everyone's yeah. It's funny how the scores kind of all fall in line. Great job, great job to Peter for creating this. It's pretty cool. And wow, 16:9. That's totally dig that. That's different for sure. That gets a star right there for me. It's a little bit different. All right, next up, moving along here, folks. Let me close some tabs because things get crazy. Closing tabs, and next up is Master of Minefields by Reborn 80. Master of Minefields. Let's take a look at the video. Oh wait, oh there it is. Okay, I got scared for a second there. I thought I didn't have one. And this video is from the Amiga Factory YouTube channel, Amiga Factory. Boat. Can I make another confession? Are we safe here?
We're safe. This is a safe place.
I never played Minesweeper either.
Well, Bill, you never had the pleasure of using a Windows 3.1 computer.
It came with it, right?
1990. Yeah.
I know Amiga Dad played a lot of solitaire, but we skipped the Minesweeper. But I tell you what, though, we played this on my stream, and I was experiencing, again, it was like playing a classic game for the first time in modern times. And let me tell you, it was, I think that may have been the most tense and exciting stream I ever did of a strategy game. It was wild. I had a blast with this one. I loved it. How about you, Boat?
Well, here's the thing. As far as I know, I've played a couple games on the Amiga, as you know. And I don't think there's ever been a Minesweeper game on the Amiga. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is anybody on the panel, anybody in the chat recall a Minesweeper game on the Amiga?
Nope.
Okay. So if you're set out to do something for the first time, you want to do it right. And what they've done is they've done it right. You've got great music. I think there's only one track, but it's a good track. You don't mind it looping over and over again. The graphics are fine. You don't need to have like the best graphics you've ever seen, but the graphics are serviceable. And what you want is lots of game modes, okay? Because you're going to get tired of the original Minesweeper at some point. And then there's ways that you can defuse the bombs. There's different kinds of minefields. There's all kinds of different. This game is exactly what you want out of a remake, where they don't just remake the original, they go above and beyond to make it even better, so you never want to go back to the original because you have so many options here. This is a fantastic release.
Love it, Pote. Excellent. Yeah, definitely don't want to go back to Windows 3.1 ever. Oh, RJ, how you feeling about Master of Minefields?
Spoken like out of my own mouth, except for that not going back to the old one, because I'm a sucker for going back to the originals and playing them anyway, just because I like them. Have to admit, I still like Civilization the best of them all, and we'll go back and play that one over and over again.
Awesome. Yeah, Vox will remember I was sweating it out on the stream. That was a good one. Yo, Nagram, great to see you, my man. I got one of your videos queued up, by the way. Nagram did a great stream with a lot of the submissions. Graham, great to see you, my man. Senor Cordoso, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, and Captain John with the resub. Sorry, I missed that, Captain John. Great to see you. I'm so psyched for Amiga Son's visit. I got film ready for him, Captain. I got film, all kinds of film ready for him. I got Polaroids, I got 35mm cameras. We're gonna rock it out. Dan, how about Master of Minefields?
Yeah, I love this one. Always loved Minesweeper on Windows. This is a nice update. Graphics are nice. The use of color's good. What more do you want? And as you said, I don't think I've ever seen a Minesweeper on the Amiga. I've seen a few pop up on mobile recently. It's one of those sort of classic games. But yeah, I'd never seen one on the Amiga, so nice to see one.
Yeah, they said there was one for Workbench, and Nagram said there was one released in 2018, but you need to be online to play it, and it has leaderboards. Right. That's cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if my Amiga's not online, but that's thank you for the heads up there, Graham. Yo, what's up? Lucas, Sunday Fun Day for sure. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. We are going through all the entries in the AmiGameJam 2024 with Boat from the Amigos Retro Podcast, RJ Mical, one of the OG devs of the Commodore Amiga, absolute legend. You ever see the bowling ball demo? Yeah. That's my man right there. I had a good time talking to Dale about that too. That you guys were awesome, RJ. Oh man. And we got Dan Scott with us too from Lemon. And Core Designs and the legend Amiga Cammy, who put this whole thing together on the stream today. So we'll start moving. Maybe I'll move a little bit faster. I think we're halfway through. But we're making good progress. There's never a problem when there's a lot of game entries in the jam. Boat, what's your score?
4 stars.
4 stars. Excellent. RJ.
4.5 for me.
Excellent. Dan.
4.5 too.
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah, it's one of the nicest looking games on the jam, I think. It's got that nostalgia value as well.
Yeah, the other thing I really like about it too, it just feels very finished and polished and premium.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What's up, Zybok? Amiga Cammy, the community score for Master of Minefields. 4.4. Excellent. All right. So, great job to Reborn 80. That's a really, really good one. That's a really, really good one. All right. This one's very, very unique, and it's done by a very, very good friend. Yo, Nagram, thank you for the resub. Everyone go follow Nagram. He's a great streamer here on Twitch as well. And the CEO of the Norwich Amiga user group. Dan, you know what? I feel really bad because I didn't give your game a rating like a dope. This happens to me sometimes. I play the game, I didn't give it a rating. We played it on stream, and I love it. Life School. Life School is one of the leaders of LemonAmiga.com. ! Lemon in the chat to get your fresh squeezed Amiga goodness. It's the ultimate website for Amiga games. They have a great community over there. And Dan is the man. He's been a guest on my stream. Dan, you rock, brother. It's great to have you here.
It's a different Lemon though. There's no connection between the two.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's LemonAmiga.com. There's Dan from LemonAmiga.com, and then there's Dan from Demo Group Lemon. easily to get confused there.
there's no connection yet, but maybe one.
Yeah, maybe. Let's take a look at this rad game, Hammer Ruby. Saberman with the video. Life School does really, really interesting stuff. He's pushing the Amiga to new limits with a lot of his motion graphics. There at lemonamiga.com, baby. Woo! Keep up the great work, Life School. I see that ham fringe in there, Life School. He made this all with Can Do. Oh, I love the fringing. Hammer Ruby on the Commodore 64 made in BASIC. This is super cool. Dan even did a port of Crisis to the Amiga. Believe it, believe it. All right, Boat. What are your thoughts on Hammer Ruby?
You know, Bill, I'm not what you call aged. I'm a spring chicken. I haven't been around that long. You know, I did not grow up playing basic games in 1978. So this type of a game just has limited appeal to me. I reach a point in the history of retro games where I'm just like, this is my line, and beyond this line, I shall not cross. So, you know, I appreciate the intro. It's clear that there's a lot of work that went into the intro. It's very similar to the intro of what you get when you launch a recent Civilization game. I like the fact that he included the original game from 1978, but playing this game, I didn't really even feel like I was playing the game. I felt like I was doing my taxes, Bill. It was no good. It was no good. So it's not Dan's fault. He was just making the game that was there. But yeah, I did not enjoy this one at all.
Fair play, Boat. I guess you never played Zork.
Well, with Zork, at least I know, like, to me, this is a game where it's just like you get all these things. It's like, well, your empire is doing this, you're making this many goods and everything, and then you're just like, how many goods do you want to make? And you're like, well, I don't know, 50, you know, and it's not so much the text input, it's just the lack of context in what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm sure that Hammer Ruby, maybe if you bought a box copy, you got sort of the backstory, and you got some feelies and things that would improve the situation, not unlike Zork in those games. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this was really just kind of it was a very, very old school game without the things that made the old school game playable back in the day, which was the feelies, etc.
Fair play, Boat. Thank you for the critique. Appreciate that. So it's RJ, go for it. Sorry, sometimes I start reading the chat and I get distracted. Voxel Trots asked you a question actually, RJ. How do you feel seeing full screen Amiga games? Like,
Oh, I love that. I'm not able to keep up with the chat. I have to admit, too many things going on.
It's hard.
I can't read the
I can't
chat and watch the games and listen to the discussion.
No, don't worry about it. No, that's why I flagged it for you, because that's a good question.
How do I feel about what? About seeing these full screen games?
Yeah, Amiga games in full screen and the full motion video, and yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff is just amazing, isn't it? My God, I mean, it's not the original, but in many ways, boy, am I happy it's not the original. I went back the other day and tried to watch my old Simpsons VHS tapes that I had recorded off of the television, Simpsons episodes recorded off of the television onto VHS tape. Man, it just hurt my eyes to look at that stuff. It was almost a traumatic experience to put myself through that again. So just loving this stuff, just loving seeing this, yes. And this game, I always like this kind of game. But, Zork didn't draw you pictures. Later games drew you pictures. Zork did not. You had to draw the pictures in your head. And this kind of game, for me, always has that kind of appeal where it's my own world. It's my own head. It's my own imagination. It's not where you're drawing these wonderful pictures for me, and they are beautiful. But the other stuff that we saw earlier that showed actual movies with actual interesting animations and stuff like that, much more interesting than this was for me. And but it was I didn't feel like this was a sequel or not to the game. I guess you could call it that. I didn't think about that this much. For me, it was more about just not my kind of game, not a very interesting experience for me in that sense.
Fair play. Thank you, RJ. Dan, how you feeling about this one?
Yeah, it's not the kind of game that I would play. It's not the kind of game I've probably played much in the past either. Although I did like the ham full motion video stuff, and I like the use of ham. It's quite rare to see ham used effectively in the game. So it's it gets quite a few brownie points for that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's not too many games done in ham, let alone done well. So I think the fact that I used like Can Do definitely helped with that. But it was it's cool. I love the. I'm such a sucker for ham fringing. I love back then. I was like, oh, it was a detriment. But today it brings back a lot of fuzzy vibes. I totally dig it. All right, let's Dan. Dan said. This is the worst game in the compo. That's the creator, Dan. Dan from Lemon. Dan, you have to give yourself more credit, man. I like what you do. I'm glad that you make these games, and I think they're cool experiments. I think they're cool experiments. So, Boat, how did you get any good deductions at least when you were playing this game?
Listen. I love Dan. Dan is the man. Okay. I've relied upon his expertise. Plus, he practically runs Amiga or Lemon Amiga. Kim Lemon is off on some yacht somewhere, celebrating his riches, while Dan is slaving away with the day-to-day stuff. So, listen, I don't want this to reflect on Dan at all as a person. It's 1 star.
Fair play. 1 deduction for Boat on the taxes. RJ, how you feeling about it?
About what was it for score?
Yeah.
3.5. I would go 4, except it's not my kind of game, but at least 3.5 because it's a good version of this kind of game.
Fair. The other Dan Lemon.
I'll give it a 3. I mean, mainly for the use of ham. It's just nice to see ham being used. It's a difficult mode to work with. It's very almost impossible sometimes, and they pulled it off there. And as a follow-up to a game, it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, excellent Dan. Appreciate that. To the other Dan, the creator of the game, gives it a 0.1 score. Oh, Dan, you're too hard on yourself.
I love you,
Dan. You're too hard on yourself. I love the train game, the Trans-Pennine Express is awesome. That one really hits me right in the heart because my dad loved trains, and I know if my dad was alive, he would love playing your game, Dan. And the other one, the rally game. The rally game is it's a really unique way to like incorporate full motion video into an Amiga game. And the Crisis was fun too. How they're like like event driven games. That's pretty cool, Dan. But keep up the great work and love me some ham. Amiga Cammy, what did does the Amiga community like the ham? 2.8. 2.8. Right on. All right. Keep up, Dan. Keep up the great work, Dan. Appreciate your games and obviously all you do for Lemon Amiga. Submissions to AmiGameJam. There we go. All right. Insanity Fight 2 by Rehash. Let's take a look at the video. This is this is Amiga Factory again with the video. Thank you, Amiga Factory. All right, Boat. Another vertical scroller. We saw Battle Squadron 2 earlier in the stream, and now we have Insanity Fight 2. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this is another one. It's very, very similar. I wasn't aware this Insanity Fight is one that we have not done on Amigos so far. And so I went back and I checked this out, and it seems like they didn't really take much from the original Insanity Fight. I don't want to say that it's easy to make a shoot 'em up, but I don't think it's the hardest genre to create. And to me, if all you're going to do is make a shoot 'em up and then submit it to the Game Jam and call it, pick a random shooter out of the air and call it this part 2, you're not doing a service to the competition. And so it's a perfectly serviceable shoot 'em up, in the grand, suck tradition, and I'm talking about the shoot 'em up construction kit tradition. But there was no connection at all that I saw to the original Insanity Fight.
Fair play. Again, I like how you respect the theme of the competition, Boat. It's good stuff. The sequel, it never was. All right, RJ, how do you feel about this one?
I loved it. I love this game. A really enjoyable experience for me. It's what was that name of that arcade game? Xevious, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That this is kind of reminiscent of, and didn't get in deep enough to see where it goes and what kind of fun stuff are waiting for us in later levels and stuff. But it has all of those qualities. Has enjoyable enemies, had beautiful graphics, really nicely interactive. I loved everything about it except somebody said it in one of the comments. Where's the pew pew pew? There was that's all we get is that nice soundtrack. That was nice. I wanted the pew pew pew. I really did.
The pew 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 and the boom boom boom, all the explosions.
Boom, boom,
yeah. For sure. Definitely some sound effects would go a long way. Oh, that's a nice looking boss. So I don't want to cloud your judgment. Dan, how you feeling?
It's very similar to the Battle Squadron 2 we saw earlier. I like this one more. I remember Insanity Fight because it was one of the earliest Amiga sort of shoot 'em ups, I think. Was it about 1988, 1989 from Linnell?
Hybris was earlier, and it was better.
Yeah, Hybris is excellent. But I remember having Insanity Fight and finding it was very, very difficult. This one looks good. That boss is nice. I like the effect of the background that's sort of curving over. It's not just a straight parallax background. It's got a kind of a curve effect to it. Yeah, it's quite neat. It's yeah, I liked it, but it doesn't look like the original Sanity Fight.
Fair play. Yeah, for me, I mean, I actually do like the background too. It's interesting. It looks like almost like a circular in a way, you know, like a conveyor. And I like how you can really feel the depth.
Very conveyor belty.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah. I think I can feel like the depth between the ship, the platforms, and then the background. Like it feels high to me. Like I feel like your ship is high, which I think is cool. I like how they did that fade at the top. It's darker at the top and lighter in the middle, so it gives it that three-dimensional feel. Man, if it only had some sound effects, I think this would be killer. It'd be really, really cool. What's your score, Boat?
2.5 stars.
2.5. Okay. RJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 on this one. 2 stars for me.
You need the pew pew.
I wanted the pew.
You need the pew
Well,
pew.
no, okay, I gotta go higher. I'll go 2.5.
Okay, there
I'll
you go.
do 2.5 as well. It's a lovely game. It's beautiful. I believe it would get even more gorgeous the deeper we got in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe he can expand on it more because I know it was just a demo for the game jam after that boss, which I thought the boss looked really cool. It ends, so interesting. I like that little drone too. Dan, how you feeling about this one?
I'll give it a 3. I think. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I think
it looks nice. It does look nice. It looks quite console-y.
That's a good point, Dan. Dan, I can tell. You know, I love that. Whenever I think something like about the graphics in my head, like when I see graphics jump out, that's what your comment is. Like we're dialed in, Dan. I can tell you have good taste. You have very, very good taste, and it's obvious based on your demos. They're gorgeous. Cammy, what's the community say about this one? The community score for Insanity Fight 2. 4.0. Excellent. Thank you, Amiga Cammy. I'm excited to see these results. I'm excited. All right, Insanity Fight 2. Great job to rehash. Appreciate that. Oh no, this one's really, really fun. Ultra Norwal is a friend of the stream as well. Rinty Vore. I had fun with this one. Let's go over here. I think this is a Saberman video. It is. All right, Boat. How you feeling about this one?
Well, let me break it down for you real simple like, okay? Point number one, you need to start putting out your stuff in ADF format. Don't give me some LHA that I can't load on what I want to play it on, okay? I'm a Mr. Man, Bill. I'm a Mr. Man. And I love me some ADF files, okay? Whenever I have to get out of my easy chair and make my way over to the computer, I get mad, okay? So, for future entrance into this madness, I think we should go with ADF format only. Now, all that said, you got to rename this game. Vore? Is that how you say it? I mean, listen, I'm down with the foreign names, okay? I understand not everybody wants to speak English, but that's a tough sell. It's a tough sell for a lot of your market, okay? Call this Wolfman Killer, okay? This is a good game. It's got good graphics. It's got okay music. This is supposed to be a spiritual successor to the game Hawkeye. Hawkeye is a weird game. It's sort of like a I'm trying to think about a game that it's similar to. This is the sort of genre that was almost exclusive to the European platformer, in terms of, like, you know, you saw a lot of this game on the Amstrad CPC. You saw a lot of this on the ZX Spectrum. It's where you have like 3 different levels, and you're basically progressing from left to right, and you're shooting various enemies as they come at you. This game is. I played some Hawkeye on the Amiga, and I would call this a spiritual successor. The graphics are improved, the sound is improved, but at the end of the day, you're left with some pretty repetitive gameplay. And so I'm left with a conundrum, because it's like, well, do I knock this game for being what it wants to be, which is a spiritual successor to Hawkeye? And I can't really knock it that much. So if you're a fan of Hawkeye and you'd like to see Hawkeye with better graphics and better sound, then check out Vore, okay? But, you know, if you're the developer of Vore, I would consider changing the name.
Good assessment, Boat. Appreciate that review. Also, this is another one done with Scorpion Engine. I love how Scorpion Engine democratizes game development. I mean, not only can, you know, anyone make a game, but you can make good ones.
Remember in the battle days, Bill, because you've been in the game a while.
I've been in the game a bit.
You and me, we started out about the same time, except you were about 30 years before me. You know, Red Pill, remember all that nonsense? You know, there were no good engines for game development on the Amiga unless you wanted to go bare metal with something like Amos or C or whatever, until Iraq. The Scorpion engine changed the game. We can't ever thank him enough for what he's done.
It changed the game, and it makes the games. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it, and the graphics are really, really good. I'll let you guys talk. RJ, how do you feel about this one?
I love this game. I really did. I want more of this game. I want this game to be a real game. This is the kind of game that I would spend a lot of my personal time nitpicking over to get it to be just right, to get the animations just right, the deaths just right, and everything, because I want this game to be a good game that I would be happy to play in the future. And I agree about the name. Got to get rid of the name. But other than that, I just really love this game. I want more.
I never tried to pronounce the name properly until today. Oh man, yeah, I'm with you, RJ. I love this one too. I'm with you. It's really cool. Dan, how you feeling about Rinty?
Rinty, yeah, it's as a sequel to Hawkeye, it does the job quite well. It feels a little more sluggish than the original 64 game. that just seemed a bit faster paced. But you know, it's quite impressive what people can do with the with that engine. You know, they're putting together some nice looking games.
Yeah, I had Iraq on the stream once, Dan, and he went through the whole. He gave me a whole lesson on Scorpion Engine, and I've no coding skills at all. You know, I programmed in like BASIC on the 64 and very, very basic stuff on BASIC, and it's really incredible how it can bring game development to the masses, game development to folks who never even coded before. All you need to do is like have a vision for the game, and then you can kind of figure it out. It's incredible, and the community around Scorpion Engine is so cool too. It's a great group of people there, and yeah, Ultra Normal is awesome, dude. I'm a fan. Boat.
3.5.
3.5.
stars.
All right, RJ.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Excellent. 4-0. Dan.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4 as well. It's it's good at what it does.
Excellent. Cammy, what did the Amiga community say for Rinty and Vore? Three nine.
Yeah,
Wow.
bam. Right there with us. Right there with us.
Very
Impressive.
close to correct.
Impressive. Oh man. By the way, everyone in chat, thank you for hanging out. I always say this every stream, like, besides our health, the most valuable thing any of us have is our time, and the fact that you all come here and hang out on a Sunday fun day with me and the whole gang here today, it means the world to me, man. I really appreciate you all coming here and supporting all these indie game devs. Like, it's awesome that we have so many people like making games for the Amiga community. It's so awesome that we have people enjoying Amiga games in the community, coming here, enjoying the streams, man. I appreciate all of you very much, for sure. Thank you for being here. Ghetto Finger, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, next we're moving along here very, very well. We're getting through them. We got 3 more. Last Battle 2 by Ms. Malik 681. Last Battle 2 by, I'm not sure if it's Ms. Malik or MS Malik 681. I think I said Ms. Malik on the stream, and they were like, no, it's MS Malik.
Miss Malik if you're nasty.
What's that?
Miss Malik if you're nasty.
All right, Last Battle 2. Wait, there it is. Okay, awesome. Got the video. Oh, it's Nagram's video. Oh yeah, so folks, you gotta go. Nagram's the man. He's another streamer here on Twitch. He streams during the week, and he's also the CEO of the Norwich Amiga user group, as you can see on the screen right there. Great guy, knows his stuff. Nagram is a super cool guy. So yeah, Nag, there he is. He's in the chat. So Nag, I'm using your video for in this one for not Insanity Fight. Where is it? Last Battle 2. This is Graham. Another Scorpion engine
production. Yeah, this is, I think, overall.
I don't know if we should hear Graham's comments on it. I don't want it to taint the judges. Let's see.
But we've got nothing as good as the best games last year, has to be said. But I think the rest of the games, the standard is higher.
There he is. Sorry, Graham. I was set up for the 3:2 aspect ratio. This is Nagram from the Norwich Amiga user group, folks, and this is Last Battle 2. I'll change the text.
Oh right, okay. We've got Is it a beat 'em up type thing? Hang on, what actually?
So Graham did a rad stream
like,
showing the games from the
head
jam
off.
as well.
It's like you punch him, his head comes off. Or can you deflect those axes away?
One day I want to get to the Norwich Amiga user group, Graham. You inspired us, man. We got a good walk meetup coming up this Saturday. All right, Bo, how you feeling about Last Battle 2?
Well, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the Norwich Amiga group, okay? Because last summer, I went over to Nottingham for the Kickstart event that was over there, and I was lucky enough to get to MC that. And the Norwich Amiga group was so kind to me. They just kind of took me in as one of their own. And so, hats off to Graham and his team for being rad. All right, Last Battle. So this is one that is very, very faithful to the original Last Battle. The original Last Battle is a lot like Sword of Sodan. You guys ever play Sword of Sodan?
Boat is one of my favorite Amiga games of all time.
Yeah,
It's my go-to. It's one of my go-to Amiga 500 games.
There's not a lot of thinking that goes in Sword of Sodan, but sometimes you want to play a game that you don't have to think too much.
That's
you
me
just
all the
want
time.
to waste some dudes. That's right. That's right. So what you got here is you got big sprites. You got a nice tune, right? You got and you can literally make a man's head explode with your fist. Okay. So what's not to like? What's not to like about Last Battle 2, except for the fact that it is literally a copy, a carbon copy of the original Last Battle with slightly improved graphics. So I'll let the other panelists talk a little bit. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to give this game in terms of my final star rating, but you know, what you see is what you get with Last Battle 2.
Awesome boat. Thank you. Yeah, Sword of Sodan. I'm so glad you mentioned it. I think my man, the Blue Wizard, he's got a box of Sword of Sodan. I'm gonna buy it from him. I've got my original Sword of Sodan discs and the manual, but I'm missing the box, so I think I'm gonna buy the box from him. It's one of my favorites.
That box.
Yeah. More hits required for each enemy. I love how that voice is so good too. Oh man, RJ, how you feeling about Last Battle 2?
So I didn't have a chance to compare this against the original. I don't know about that. And so just as an interesting experience, it felt fine to me. It didn't feel derivative. It didn't feel like, just a little bump up from what the original was. It felt like a good game, this kind of game. And I too noticed, well, I think one of the most impressive stuff was the big amount of graphics that was being moved around the display all the time. Felt really like somebody really in control of the system here, and with some of this programming down at the assembly language level to make this all happen really well.
Excellent. Thank you, RJ. Dan, how do you like Last Battle 2?
Yeah, it's like a throwback to Kung Fu Master. It's like a cross between Kung Fu Master and Final Fight. Yeah, I like
a little bit of Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja in there too.
Yeah, it was derivative, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. So, like you said, sometimes you just want some mindless head exploding action, and you get it.
Who doesn't love head exploding? I love when I was a kid. I really loved violence a lot. My favorite was in Barbarian, or I think is that what you guys call it?
Barbarian. That's it. That's
yeah, you chop the head off. Is it called Barbarian in the UK though?
It's just called Barbarian.
It is called Barbarian. Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good one. I love that one. Oh man, that was good stuff. You can't never have enough gore and violence. I always wished for more. I remember when Postal came out. My friend had it on his PC, and I was like, should I get a PC? I like blowing up marching bands and burning them. Sorry, Boat.
Hey, careful with those marching bands, man.
Oh, man. Boat, how was your score for the Last Battle 2?
2 stars on this one.
2 stars for the Boat. 2 stars for the Last Battle 2. RJ?
3.5 for me.
Oh, excellent. Nice one. And Dan?
Yeah, I was going to go 3.5 as well. Just it has a console feel about it. Which is quite rare. A lot of the Amiga games don't have that kind of feel about them. This one's got that. It's got that console sort of look and feel.
That's a good point, Dan. A lot of Amiga games, I think of like Shadow of the Beast and stuff with great graphics. Like they have great graphics, but they don't feel like they would be in an arcade. They don't feel. Yeah. Or yes, totally. Amiga Cammy. What did the community say about Last Battle 2? 2.7.
2.7.
All right. I think they probably feel like maybe it's a little too repetitive. I don't know. That's the only thing I thought about the game. Like,
there's one enemy type,
right?
And there's one repeated background, and that's it. That's the whole game. So I can see why the community rated it what it did.
Yeah, totally. It's always a tough one with a jam. It's like, do I rate a game based on how complete it is? Like if like is it really cool? Like if it's really short and it's kind of like a concept, like how do you rate that compared to like a game that's
a lot
complete?
Of things to think about.
It's hard. It's really really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I come down to
that's why me, RJ, and Dan are paid the big bucks, Bill.
There you go.
We got to think about all that stuff.
Exactly. I just go by feel. Like I'm like you know what I think about? Like after I do a stream and I play all the games, I'm like, which one do I turn on when I'm not streaming? I'm like, that's a good one. for whatever it is, whether it's a short demo or a long game. That's how I like to look at it too. All right, Nagram, thank you for the video, Nagram. Appreciate that. Boom, put that on pause and go back to the submissions. Two more. We got 2 more left. This is Tetrazone by Wei Ju Wu, another puzzle game, and I don't want to. Not gonna spoil it, but it's a banger. Full screen this sucker. Let's go. Saberman Indie Retro News. You guys rule, by the way, Saberman Indie Retro News. You're such a big part of my streams. Appreciate
They're
you.
the dynamic duo. Yeah,
they are the
really
dynamic duo. I can do a little cropping action here. Only the Amigos make it possible, but how you feeling about Tetrazone?
Well, here's the thing, Bill. I'm a fan of Tetris. I like Tetris. My favorite version of Tetris of all time is the Game Boy Color version of Tetris. It's called Tetris DX. Okay, and the reason why is because it has 3 of the basic upgrades that have come in later Tetris games that were not present in the original Tetris. The first one is what I like to call the Envisioner. You can see where the piece is going to fall before it falls. You see the outline. Okay. The second thing you have is the hold. Okay, when you have when you're setting up for a Tetris and you get a long block but you're not ready for it, you can put it in your hold slot. And then the third one is the quick drop. The quick drop is where you press up and it immediately drops to the bottom. Tetrazone includes all 3 of those things, okay? Tetrazone basically takes all of the Tetrises that have been available for the Amiga, puts them in a box, and throws that box in a dumpster, and then lights that dumpster on fire. This is the definitive version of Tetris for the Amiga. Now, the music is some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life, and I teach middle school band. I'd rather listen to a 6th grade saxophone section in their first 2 weeks of putting the instrument together than listen to the music for Tetrazone.
Fair play. Now, is it the actual music that you don't like, or are you just not a fan of the Only Amiga Makes It Possible classic song?
Is that really a song?
Oh, yeah, it's a classic, but Only Amiga Makes It Possible. Yeah, it's a classic commercial for the Amiga. Classic.
I didn't even put it together.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
knew that I wanted to mute the TV as soon as I heard it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll want to mute the original as well. It's pretty classic. Yeah, you have to see it. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, we might have to pull it up on YouTube and show you.
Yeah.
Oh man. I know RJ knows Only Amiga Makes It Possible. He might even be in it somewhere.
I have to pass on this game because I didn't have any real exposure to this one, so I'm not really going to comment on this one, except I will admit that watching that video, hearing that song was really annoying.
Oh man, Commodore did not have a Lee Clow on their team.
Boy,
Let's put it that way. Oh man, Dan knows a thing or two about music. Lemon always has great music in their demos. Dan, what do you think about Tetrazone?
Well, it's definitely the definitive version of Tetris for the Amiga. It's got all the features. I played the Game Boy version of Tetris for 35 odd years. I still play it, and even that's I put up with that music. So I can put up with all sorts of music. Really, it doesn't bother me too much. When you concentrate on the game, you tend to forget about the music anyway. Especially when you're trying to get your Tetrises. But yeah, I like this one. It's got all those extra features.
Yeah, I agree. All those extra features are really nice, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny that they put the music, the only Amiga made. Like, a huge smile came on my face when I first heard the music. I'm like, oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, he did. Oh man. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and like the music, but I thought it was hilarious when that came on. Yeah, it's fun. Just on a side note, the Netflix movie about Tetris is really good, by the way. Really, really good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, it's excellent. This one I think is really cool. I'm not a judge, but I think it's really cool. But I kind of wish maybe it had some more backgrounds. When I think of Tetris, I think of backgrounds. It would be cool. You could put your own backgrounds in or something. That'd be cool. But this is a fun one. This is really, really good game. The ghost piece is really a nice feature. I know you said this is like it's been in other versions, but I never played a version of Tetris with the ghost figure there at the bottom. That was really cool. Boat, what's your score?
4.5 stars.
Nice, Boat. 4.5. Banger. RJ. Oh, do you want to rate this one, RJ?
Yeah,
No,
I
you're
gotta
pass
pass.
that one. Okay. Dan.
4 for me.
Excellent. Amiga Cammy. What did the community say about Tetrazone? 2.9. Oh man.
The community, I've lost all the respect for the community. That is insane. You all need to examine your souls and get right with God.
I love it, but I love seeing Spicy Boat. Oh man, that's and even with the bad music,
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But I gotta tell you a story about my music teacher in grammar school. Well, I'll tell you real quick. It was I was playing the trombone. It was a rainy day. We were at recess. And I wasn't any good at the trombone. I didn't even like playing the trombone. But I was going into class after recess, and there was a grassy patch, and I slipped on the grassy patch and I went to Catholic school, so we had like this whole uniform thing going on. It was all covered, and I was like, oh, I won't say his name, Mr. So and so. I come to class. I'm all covered in mud and everything. And he was laughing. He's like, you know what, dude? He's like, that's fine. He's like, you know what? Don't bother ever coming back to class either. He's like, you
oh my
suck.
God.
Yeah. He's like,
director.
Yeah. He's like, you're good.
Burial.
He's like, you're good at that computer stuff, man. Just go to the computer lab. And I was like, yes, thank you. I was like, you're the best. He told it like it was, man. Like he didn't pull it. That's in 1980s Catholic school teachers, man. That's right. That's how it went down. Oh man, but maybe he saved me a life of trying to pursue being a musician. Boat.
It's a little bit sad.
Oh man. All right, there we go. Oh, I see some folks posting. We might have to watch that before the end of the night, Boat, the video with you.
We got to move this along because I'm out of time.
Yeah,
I'm
all right.
way out of time.
Oh, sorry, RJ. Yeah, we're done. We're done here. This is it. This is the last one. This is a Rogue football card game, and the thing that was cool about this is that it ran on Amiga OS 4, and it was a different. There, wait, where'd it go? It was a fun one to bust out my X5000. So, Boat, what did you think of this one?
Well, I did not bust out my X5000 for this one because I don't have an X5000, but I was very pleasantly surprised to see a just x86 PC version. So I was able to play this game. This is a neat concept. I like roguelike games. I like games that, you're basically just kind of playing to see what happens next rather than playing to win. And this is a neat thing. It's a card-based soccer game where you're flipping your dealt a hand of cards, and depending upon the order, both the order that you flip them over and the cards that you get determine on how well you're able to move down the field and kick the ball into the net. I thought it was cool. The negatives for me were the inconsistent art. I have no idea if AI art was used in this or not, or if they just found some stock art. But there's different styles of art that are incongruous here. And the biggest thing is that the game never seems to end. Like, you can draw cards that just keep on adding time to the game, and so I was never able to complete a game, although I was able to score a goal. There's also no music and sound effects on this one, but like I said, this is a unique concept. It's executed pretty well, and you gotta love whenever some developers give some love to the next gen Amiga platform.
Agreed. Vote. RJ, I know time is ticking. Did you get a chance to play this one or?
Again,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I got to pass on this one. I didn't get a chance to goof around with this one.
Yeah, no worries. It's a hard one to play if you don't have an X5000 or a MorphOS setup.
Yeah, which I don't.
Yeah. Dan.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance on this one either.
Nope.
But I like the look of it. I like the idea. The idea is good. It's quite an original sort of concept.
The creator of the game kind of held my hand as I played it on the stream, and it was a very, very interesting concept, and that was a good. It was cool how you moved yourself down the field like that, Boat. I appreciated that. So Cammy, what was the score for this one for the Amiga community? .4. Excellent. Okay. All right, guys. So listen, I guess RJ's got to run, so that's good. We made it through all the games. So I guess we'll let Amiga Cammy do her math and figure out. Amiga Cammy, do you want to announce the winners today on the stream? I imagine you do, Cammy.
Yeah, I want to wait. I want to hear.
Oh, you want to hear? Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to. I respect your time, RJ. And I know we're 40 minutes longer, which actually isn't too bad compared to what I thought we were gonna be. So.
I should have known.
Yeah.
I should have known. It's my bad.
No, yeah, it's no worries. You guys were giving really good insight into all the games, so I appreciate it. Let's see. So Amiga Cammy, why don't you tally up the scores and then let us know where it lands. In the meantime, Bitwise Brains, you're welcome, dude. Thank you all for watching. RJ, any overall feeling about this jam? Anything that stood out to you? Are you just stoked about the jam? Anything Amiga community in general you want?
I'm just so happy to see just so much energy still percolating around in there. I've some people that know what's going on with me. I'm in the background. I'm looking at doing a game development company with some friends, and I don't know what games we're going to develop. I don't know what platforms we're going to develop for. If we bother to do it, we're going to want to, try to make some money off of it, make a profit off of it. But no matter what else we do and what platforms we develop for, I definitely want to make a version for the Amiga and also a version for the Lynx if I can help it.
Oh yeah. The Lynx need some love, big time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, actually, do you want to talk a little bit about? I'm just waiting for Amiga Cammy to tally up the scores.
Yeah, I know. We're back. We're dancing here.
Yeah. Do you? So, folks may not know that you were on the dev team of the Lynx. Do you want to talk about that? How you went from Amiga to Atari Lynx?
Oh, look, Cammy's even holding up a Lynx for us. Yay. Yeah, I was at Amiga. I met who became my dearest friend for the longest time, Dave Needle, hardware guy. He was the hardware half, I was the software half, and oh, yay. Look at that, yay. Dave Needle was a god. And Dave Morse was our fearless leader who we met at Amiga. The three of us met and joined forces at Amiga and went off and did first the Lynx together, and then we did the 3DO multiplayer device together. It was a really awesome triumvirate. Morse knew the business. Needle knew the hardware. I knew the software. My God, it was just an amazing team.
It reminded me of the Amiga because it just blew the doors off of all the other handhelds out there. And we saw the Game Boy, and I was like, that thing is black and white. The Lynx is just so rad, and I love it. Have you seen the new upgrades they've done for it, RJ? Like better batteries and that. The new LCD screen is incredible.
Oh, the new screens are just amazing. Yeah, I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, Amiga Cammy's got her signed by Dave Needle.
Yeah,
wow,
Cammy's got the Dave Needle signed version.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's awesome. RJ, I would love to have you on the stream one day and just talk about your career. I did it with I think the most recent one I did with folks from Commodore was with Gail Wellington, which was really sad to hear what happened to Gail. So
but so good that you had that session with her and had a chance to really, get her reflections the way you did.
Yeah, that was such an important one. I didn't even realize that she was sick like that. And if you Anthony and Nicola from Gracious Films, they're coming out with an Amiga 500 documentary. You're probably in it. I imagine you are. And I went to Gail's house. I went to Jeff Porter's house and Gail's house and shot interviews with them. So Anthony and Nicola have this great interview that they did with her as well. So that will be preserved forever too. It's really sad. She was such a nice person. What a great person she was. How's the math going, Amiga Cammy? She's still crunching away.
She's crunching those numbers.
She's crunching those numbers. RJ, I'm sure the new Google AI can crunch them pretty quick. You know what I want to do? I gotta get the AI to start doing my taxes, vote. This one.
yeah. That's the boy. I tell you, we are. I tell you, it's amazing to me, Bill. I can't think of any other retro system that has a community like the Amigas, where you're able to put on a jam like this and get so many quality entries. I mean, nobody, even Dan's, which I rated 1 star, even Dan's, he still put in a massive amount of effort and work into it. I continue to be amazed by what the Amiga community is able to come up with.
Yeah, there are over 60 games that came out last year. It was just amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Dan, are you into Amiga games or more? Because I know you're so busy with like the demo scene. Are you up on some of the new games that have come out for Amiga?
Yeah, I check them out on a lot of it goes on the EAB on the English Amiga board. So I'm always seeing sort of bits and bobs on there being posted. Some we've got a few bits with the Scorpion engine, look quite nice. And then all the sort of unofficial arcade conversions as well. They're quite nice. I mean, it's a really active community still. In fact, it seems to be getting more active than it has been in the past. So the last sort of 4 or 5 years, it really has started to ramp up more.
I agree with you. I mean, we started doing the podcast in 2015. And the amount of Amiga games that were released there. I mean, we had an Amiga news section, and all we talked about for the first 4 months was a keycaps Kickstarter, because we had no new games to talk about. And it's all because of these engines, whether it's Red Pill or Scorpion or whatever. They've really democratized the games, games creation. And I'm so thankful, because we've gotten so many great either ports or just brand new games that have come out of these engines. So hats off to all of the people, not only the creators of the games, but the creators of the engines that make the creators of the games, motivated to do it.
Well said, Boat. Well said. Is Amiga Cammy still crunching? Oh,
she's ready.
It looks like she's ready. All right, so Amiga Cammy, are you going to list top 5, top 3? How do you want to do it?
I'm going to announce the 3 winners.
The 3 winners. Excellent.
Right, perfect.
Okay, so in third place with 4.2 star in Amy Robo 2.
Amy Robo 2. Excellent. Amy Robo 2, 3rd place. Congratulations to Tukanim for taking 3rd place with Amy Robo 2. Amiga Cammy, are there prizes for the top 3 places?
I'm not going to be able to announce them yet because they're not all confirmed, but I will be announcing the prizes on social media in the next few days.
Okay, that sounds good. So there will be prizes. Amiga Cammy's working on it. But for now, a big congrats to Tukanim, Barzo Dobje, 3rd place, AmiGameJam2024, Amy Robo 2. Nivrig liked it too. What's up, Nivrig? Great to see you. Congrats, Tukanim. All right, Cammy, what's number 2?
Okay, in second place is Master of Minefields.
Master of Minefields.
Great game.
Great one. Yeah, big congrats to Reborn 80.
Happy.
Yeah, this one feels really good to me. Like I said, this one feels like a polished game. It feels like something that you could buy off the shelf. It's a very it's an outstanding game. Being that I never even played Minecraft, not Minecraft. What am I trying to say? Boat the Minesweeper. Yeah, it was a great experience and one of my favorite moments in one of my streams. This is one that I would go back and play. It's a great pick up and play. It's awesome. Big congrats to Reborn 80. All right, Cammy. Here we go, Cammy. The number 1, the big winner of the AmiGameJam 2024. Who we got?
Okay, so the first prize winner is the PC.
Fast
Yes!
Food 2. That
Affirmation, baby.
that's well deserved. A huge congrats to Acid Bottle. I don't know if he's still here in the stream or not, but
Acid Bottle, you rule, man.
that is awesome. That big congrats to Acid Bottle. That's awesome. This one, there's another one that feels very polished. Pick it up off the shelf. Excellent. Dan, are you happy with the top three? You think those are solid choices?
Yeah, I think Fast Food, actually, that was one of my favourites for the whole competition.
Yeah.
It just
Me
looked,
too.
it looked beautiful.
Excellent. RJ, you happy with those results?
Very much. Yay.
Yeah, good stuff. Boat, any thoughts?
Listen, the
Yeah.
right game won. That's all I'm
There
say.
you go. All right. Well, it was a pleasure and an honor to host this Amiga Cammy. Thank you so much for choosing me to do the stream, and a big thank you so much, Dan, Scott, for your time. I really appreciate it, Dan. It's great to finally talk to you. I'm a big fan of your work, and I'd love to have you on the stream one day too, talking demo scene. Boat, it's always a pleasure having you. Boat, but we gotta do this more often, man. That's so much fun every time we
Listen,
hang out.
man, anytime you want, call me up. You
All
know
right.
where I live.
And you got a Boat Fest coming up too.
That's right, Boatfest, July 11th through 13th, the Mid-Atlantic's greatest and largest international retro computer expo. If you're into retro computers, or if you're into just hanging out with some like-minded folks, ircexpo.net. You can come hang out with us July 11th through 13th in scenic downtown Hurricane, West Virginia.
Awesome. Nice pitch, Boat. RJ, thank you so much, man. It was so great to have you on the stream, and thanks so much for your time. I know we went over. I really, really appreciate it. I know Cammy and everyone in the community does as well. It's so great to have you.
Pleasure as well, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks so much, RJ. Cammy, thank you, Cammy. Thanks for hosting the amazing jam. And thank you for being such a big supporter of mine. You're always in my streams, getting up at ungodly hours on a Monday morning to watch them. I don't know how you do it, but I appreciate it so much. And thanks for inspiring all these folks to enter the jam. We got some really, really great games this year. So thank you, Amiga Cammy. All right, guys.
Lovely.
Thanks,
Yay.
thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thank
Bye.
you, thank you, Dan.
Bye.
Thanks, Bo. Thanks, RJ. Thanks, Cammy. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, test. There we have it. AmiGameJam 2024 is complete.